Hi Taurus, welcome back to Crystal's Tarot. This is going to be your reading for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign for September of 2020. This reading is intended to assist you on your path to your greatest and highest good. Always remember to maintain your power, never give it away to a reading or a reader. This message is intended to assist you on your path to your greatest and highest good. If you are interested in reaching out to me for a personal reading or you want to know the decks used in today's reading, you can find the description box listed below. With that being said, I would like to go ahead and get started with just cleaning out our energy for a moment. Take a deep breath, inhale and exhale as it feels comfortable to you. Okay. Again, always maintain your own personal power and follow your own intuition if this message resonates. And this is a general reading, so it's very unlikely that the entire thing will resonate with everyone. If you are interested in reaching out to me for a personal reading, please find the description box listed below. You may be looking forward to providing or hoping to receive or provide honest communication that will bring justice to a relationship, potentially a marriage, or something that you have a higher level of commitment within. You might feel like you've been struggling regarding your finances, or you might be kind of, it looks like you're struggling right now to kind of gather your passion in regards to your finances. You might be going through a breakup of some sort, and you might find it difficult, whether you've recently lost a job, had a transition regarding your work, a transition of a long-term relationship. You kind of feel on the outs of it, and now you're at that point of trying to bring back confidence within yourself, because either you or someone else had to walk away from a relationship that was not serving to them. So you're hoping to have a passionate communication regarding either a group energy, a third party, and you want honest communication as to if somebody had cheated on you or not, I think. I think that you were recently in a long-term commitment, potentially in marriage. It was very painful for you. It was very mentally and emotionally exhausting. And now you're trying to find out if there was some unfaithfulness, if there was some sneaky things that went on behind the scenes, potentially. You're trying to create something that you're passionate about, and or you might be going through a tower moment that you kind of somewhat created because you want an opportunity that is honest and passionate. You're trying to stand in your power and or bring in more confidence for yourself. You know you have the ability to create things, and you're kind of just wondering if what you have created it has been honest and faithful to you, and if that other party was building along with you as well. You might feel like there was some secrets. People were trying to get away with things, keep things from you. You've kind of maybe been in a mental energy that you're just, it's a lot of conflict and a lot of confusion, a lot of combative communication as well, I think. And it's kind of taking its toll on you. It's becoming very exhausting and repetitive. And I think it is regarding a long-term relationship or a marriage. And potentially it could be, for some of you, it could be regarding a church in some way. but it's been something that's difficult for you, and it's gone on for a long time, and now you're just trying to bring in fairness and balance to the situation, and you're trying to know the truth as to what happened behind your back. You feel like somebody got away with something, that they had a shallow victory in lies or deceit, and now you're trying to bring clarity and truth to it. Because I think somebody was definitely trying to do things behind your back and cause a lot of conflict for you. And now you're just trying to clear out that energy and really get to the bottom of things. If you're not sure if you can trust someone or not, then maybe you can't. If there's confusion regarding that, if you're not getting the communication or the upcomingness of somebody, like if you feel like somebody's been shady about something and you ask them about it and they just kind of beat around the bush, or they're not very clear, they're not very direct with their communications, and it seems like they're trying to avoid things or just kind of skirt around the truth, or maybe they acknowledge pieces of it, but then they say, oh, I'm sorry, and then it just seems like the same behavior continues. Then maybe really evaluate if that's somebody you want to continue to give your time and energy and effort to. You are an intuitive person. You're somebody who is honest and sincere. You're able to build long-term things, and you want somebody that's going to do the same thing too. But it seems like what you've been getting is somebody just saying, I can, but they actually don't. It seems like they don't put much movement into it at all. And you're like, here, I've given you this, I've given you that, I've given you time after time, chance after chance. I've built all these things for you, and you're just barely meeting me and not really putting any effort or time into it, as you don't feel like the person that you've invested in has been investing in you. It's possible that they've been investing in other areas, which is why they don't have as much to invest in you and for you and to you, because they've kind of spent those resources, whether it's financially, emotionally, or physically, in other areas as well. And now you're trying to really follow your intuition regarding this love connection. And you're really trying to seek truth, honest communication, honest clarity. You want this truth. Like, you've probably told them, I'd rather know the truth even if it hurts. I just want to know. You just really want to know. With the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords, this speaks about direct communication. You just really want to know. You want to know the truth, and you want to know the facts. You want to know all the details, whether it hurts or not. You just want the truth. It seems like this has been going on for quite a while, where you're having to ask them to give you information. You're having to kind of pull details out, pull communications out from them. And it doesn't seem like, if it was honest and genuine and authentic, it doesn't seem like it would be so hard, right? You wouldn't have to put that much energy into getting basic things. And now, because you're not getting that communication, you're just kind of left feeling disappointed, feeling like, okay, you're never going to give me what I need out of a relationship. So you might be kind of evaluating if it's time for you to leave or not, because you have invested a lot of time. You do have options, as does this other person. So you're like, okay, both of us have options. Neither of us are really very happy and content and secure with our situation. Both of you guys are probably feeling a little bit disappointed, and you guys both have a lot of options. So you're like, okay, well, what's the point? We could do better elsewhere, or do better alone. You have thought, you think of this person with great love, great kindness, but at the same time, it's very difficult for you. And you want to leave the arguing and the mental stress and conflict, and move into calmer waters with somebody that's going to love you, where you don't have to question it, where you know it's fair, where they're sharing and communicating with you without you having to feel like you're pulling out every little tiny detail, like pulling out teeth. you have offered love, but you feel like it wasn't appreciated, it wasn't reciprocated, it wasn't accepted. You might feel like you have to constantly change who you are to make this person happy. And no matter what you do, it just feels like they're not happy, that they don't see the real you. They don't appreciate the real you. And you're just at that point now, like, okay, I've given you everything I have. I've showed you all of me, and you still don't love me. You still don't appreciate me. You still don't put into me. So now I'm willing to put into myself. You're trying to put confidence back into yourself instead of into somebody else. You might have a lot of stressful moments, maybe losing some sleep, definitely having a lot of mental conflict regarding this, these emotional stresses that you've had, this emotional pain, this turmoil, these harsh communications that's been shared with you. You're just trying to mentally process it and overcome it so that you can build confidence within yourself again, because you're not wanting to continue to fight. You've been fighting for a long time, and now you just want to bring in balance and fairness and justice to the situation. You feel left out in the cold, and you don't understand how you got there or how to get out. So you're kind of like, okay, is this something that I can get out of, or is this something that I need to just kind of move on from? You set out your ships, like you probably, if you're religious somewhat, whatever religion you follow, I'm sure that you've prayed and kind of asked for guidance and support regarding the matter, but you just feel like you keep getting left out in the dark, left out in the cold, and you just don't want to be in that energy anymore. It might feel to you as if Spirit has kind of said, okay, they're not meeting you halfway. You keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. And by their lack of meeting you halfway is kind of like you're feeling like that Spirit's confirmation of it might be time to leave it alone. But at the same time, you're in a conflict. You're in mental stress about it. Even though you don't want to be arguing and fighting and feel less than, I don't know that you're ready to necessarily walk away yet, even though it is a big burden. It seems like you're just really stuck in your mind, trying to get clarity regarding the situation. You might feel like there's been a lot of third parties, that this is something like maybe this person even has like some sort of sexual addiction. This person might be somebody who is very attractive. There's somebody who has their finances together. They might be somebody who has a lot of options, a lot because of how they are on the outside. Because like if they are somebody who is abundant, they might have a nice car, nice bank account, things like that. And so they might draw people with third-party energies that are just looking for a good time so that they can just get what they can from them for a moment. And you're like, hey, I'm a real option here. I'm the one that's really invested in you, and I want you to invest in me too. But you're kind of like confused as to what else you can do. Why haven't they loved you back? Why haven't they met you halfway? It's been a painful energy, and you're just really confused. You don't understand. You don't understand how you got to being so brokenhearted by a situation that had the potential to be so long-term and lasting. Like when you first met this person, they probably seemed like everything you wanted in a long-term commitment. And then as time passed by, you might have needed to make like little excuses for them. Like, okay, they come home late, but I'm sure it's nothing. It seems like you dismiss a lot of red flags. Because it was something that you wanted and hoped for. So you kind of just allowed yourself to stay in the dark. But it looks like you're trying to get clarity now and come out of that, so that you can start to actually build things that are lasting, that are honest and truthful, that are faithful, that are something that is worth putting your energy and time into. Something where you can have your wish fulfillment, and it's actually a wish fulfillment instead of feeling like it was a smokescreen. You wished to kind of turn things around. Like you want to have that loving commitment that's balanced and fair, and that's not where you've been. You understand that everything goes up and down, up and down. There's like a natural rotation of things, but it feels like you feel like it's been kind of in the reverse for a while and you're ready for it to turn back in the upright. And now where it's like where you come into your prosperity and your abundance, your fairness, your just reward for hard work, hard efforts invested. You want balance to the things that you're hoping for, the things that bring you great joy. You want balance within those. You want to have passion and you want to have passion for the things that you're inspired again. It seems like you're just kind of going with the flow, not really impressed, not really putting much energy or effort in there. You're spending a lot of time in your mental things, but you're trying to get back to being passionate about your inspirations again. You might be hoping that there's a tower moment that kind of comes in and shakes up things that are no longer serving to you regarding a relationship, a long-term commitment that you've invested in, but it wasn't fair. They might have tried to cheat on you. They might have been unfaithful in other ways, whether it's not necessarily only physical, but it could have been emotional as well. You might feel like they weren't contributing to the relationship as much as you were. You felt like you just kind of had everything out on the open for them, where they were kind of holding things back. So it left you feeling kind of disappointed and unwanted, and where you had to kind of defend yourself regularly, and now you're trying to move away from those energies. Okay, Taurus, we're going to go ahead and get started. You have the Three of Cups again making an appearance. So Three of Cups can speak about a third-party connection or a group energy where people are coming together and celebrating things. And it looks like you're really just wanting to bring some balance. Okay, this is for Taurus, September 2020. Yeah. So you're trying to build things and have something that is long-lasting for you, where you can be in it, and where it doesn't have to feel like it's such a difficult energy, such a difficult effort, and where it feels a lot more smoother and fair and just, where it seems like that's actually where it's supposed to be instead of you forcing it all the time. Okay, so I'm noticing some of the cards that came out in the pre-shuffle you can't have down here again, which happens to be one of the cards. Your bottom of the deck is Nine of Wands, which is one of the cards that came out multiple times in your pre-shuffle. Anytime a card makes an appearance multiple times, I say to really pay attention to those energies. Is Spirit really wanting you to understand and recognize that energy, and really give it its personal spot with you. Like, everybody's going to have a different personal situation, but the energy is the same, right? So we might have we're trying to build something right here, and everybody's trying to build something different, and they'll go about it in different ways. But with this energy showing up multiple times, this is where like you're really exhausted all your energies into something. You've carried it for a long time and it's a burden to you at this point, and you're not ready to put it down quite yet, but you don't know how to improve it either. So we're going to go ahead and pull our clarifiers. I am going to go, I do wait for them to pop out, so if you're pressed for time, please feel free to fast forward. Taurus, September 2020. Taurus, September 2020. Thank you, Spirit. September 2020. Okay. There's a message right here. Okay, so whatever that it is that you've been building with the group energy that has been denied, not wanted, kind of like rejected, that's an energy you want to work on. Always keep in mind, sometimes we are denied things not because we're not worthy, but because there's better things for us out there. And sometimes we have to find those lessons in harsh ways if we think we know what's best for us more than spirit. Always know that what is meant for you cannot be taken away, and it won't go to anybody else. If it's meant to be yours, it will be yours, and you won't have to force those energies. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start pulling our clarifiers. Again, I do wait for them to pull out, so if you're pressed for time, please feel free to fast forward. Okay, so it looks like what you're trying to build is a love offer, love commitment, love connection. You're hoping to have victory in it, and you're hoping somebody or yourself will make communications or movements, actions towards it. And you have the Hierophant out here again. That's something that came out multiple times. So this is definitely a high level commitment of some kind, whether it's a long-term relationship or a relationship that that you're married in, or that you've been in for quite a while. It's definitely it's supposed to be a committed relationship. Sorry guys, just bear with me a moment longer. I need to pull one more. Okay. And your clarifier under the deck is the High Priestess. So the High Priestess could speak about your intuition. It could speak about things being left in the dark. It could speak about balance potentially. The High Priestess is like having that higher level of intuition, spirituality as well. And it can also speak about secrets and deception as well. So it seems to me as you're trying to use your intuition to figure out how to best resolve energies that have been difficult and struggling for you, that might have had secrecy in them or potentially lies in them, that caused you to have these energies of feeling kind of defeated and ran down. Okay, so in your current energy, you have the Ace of Pentacles clarified with the Two of Cups. So what this speaks about is you're trying to build something that's a new opportunity, to grow something brand new that is a love commitment, love connection, that is like your soulmate. You're wanting to bring in your soulmate. The energy that's crossing you is the Six of Wands with the Knight of Cups. And what this speaks about is victory regarding either yourself or someone making a movement of love. So you're hoping to provide someone with the love offer, or to have like a new person come into your environment that will be loving for you, that will be your soulmate, where they're going to put actions into the relationship as well, where you guys can both work on it and grow it together. Your underlying energy is the Five of Wands clarified with the Sun card. So what this speaks about is like deep within your soul, you're seeking to find great joy and truth, clarity for matters that have been that you have been in conflict with other people. You've been having to find truth and balance and clarity in a situation where the person, other people aren't really being forthcoming with the facts, the information. Like you're really having to pull it out of people and you're really wondering why. And it feels like there's some shadiness behind that, because why would you have to pull it out, right? If people are honest and sincere, they would just share the information openly, honestly, sincerely, authentically. And the fact that there's this combative energy, and you're trying to bring light to it, you're trying to bring truth and clarity to it, it seems like there's just people just don't really want to share the facts, don't want to give you the information and the truth. In your recent past, you have the Hierophant again, which came out in your pre-shuffle, clarified with the Star in the reverse. So this marriage at one point was something, or this long-term commitment was something that you were, it felt like your wish fulfillment. But as time passed on, you noticed that the other person wasn't meeting you halfway. They weren't being honest and fair with you. You might have felt like they were trying to be secretive and deceptive, kind of be shady and hide things behind your back. And at your current energy, you're wanting to really focus on bringing in your balance and fairness. You feel like that it hasn't been judged. Hold on. You feel like you've been judged unfairly, and so you don't want to judge other people unfairly. But at the same token, you know how to do the basic math. If I'm asking you direct questions, I should get a direct answer. So it seems like you're kind of evaluating how people are responding and behaving to kind of let you understand if they're being shady or not. And it seems like it's mostly leading you to believe that they are being shady. And so now you're just kind of wanting to release the negative energies and move into like new, fresh things that are honest and trustworthy and upfront with you. It doesn't seem like you really want to resurrect this relationship, and it doesn't seem like you want to continue to put new energies or effort into it. You're really thinking heavily about how do you build your life of abundance for the long term, and you're wanting new and fresh ideas for that. You don't really want to go back and do things that you've previously done. And if you're willing to do other things that you've previously done, you want new ways to go about them. You want new thought processes that will help you to create that abundance for you. You might be seeking like financial advice or like counseling in some way to kind of understand your options and what kind of different things are available to grow your abundance for you. In your near future, it looks like you will be having an opportunity to kind of maybe balance with a relationship, or you might be dating a couple of different people at the same time. You're really trying to bring in a balance and kind of look at what's fair and bring fairness and justice to yourself and your life in the way that feels comfortable to you and balanced and fair. You do want a relationship, but at the same time, you want a healthy relationship. You don't want just any relationship. You want something that is fair, where the other person's putting in the work. They're meeting you halfway emotionally, physically, financially, in every way, where it's fair and just. You see yourself as like you've really had to stand strong and stand alone for a long time now. And you might be kind of getting exhausted with these energies and just really wondering, like, when is my ship coming in? When is my opportunity to reap your rewards on the hard investments that you've put in, the energies that you've put into this to grow things. you've had to deal with difficult moments. You've had to grow mentally, emotionally. You've had to really kind of bring an inner balance to yourself. And you're kind of recognizing that you have spent a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of efforts, and you have grown very far. You have come far, and now you're just wondering, well, like, when do you reap that reward? Other people see you as that you're just kind of focused on yourself right now. Other people might see that you're not investing in them in the way that you used to, that you're just kind of working on your own self right now, where you used to maybe focus on them and check up on them. You might just kind of be spending time to yourself a little bit and making sure that your bills are paid, that you're getting the rest you need, that you're it seems like you're taking like self-love, and I think that's beautiful, and I think other people are noticing that, and they're kind of maybe getting a little bit concerned if they're on the outs as to how do they get back on the ins. In your hoping or fearing position, you have the King of Wands clarified with the Two of Swords. So it looks like you're really trying to evaluate your options, your inspirations, things that you're passionate about, and trying to review like which option you want and how to best go about it. So it looks like you're really hoping for some clarity, potentially regarding this relationship, whether or not they have cheated, whether or not they can be trustworthy. But if you have to question it so much, it either speaks to the relationship itself and or something within yourself. So either way, there would be something to be cleaned up and worked on to have improvement and to have the just reward that you're seeking, the balanced and fair. Because you do want to have something that's fair and passionate and balanced, and you want to put energy towards it. But at the same time, you don't want to be the only one putting the energy towards it. You're willing to do the work, but you want to see the person that you're with is doing the work as well. And your final outcome, you have the Three of Wands clarified with the Hierophant. And what this speaks about is waiting for your ships to come in, like you set them out, and you're really trying to go inside and have spiritual guidance and listen to your intuition on how do you get your ships to come in, how do you bring in your prosperity, like your hopes and dreams, like everything you're hoping for in life, everything you've prayed for. You're trying to go inside and speak with spirit and sit in the lone and see like what is it that you really want and how do you get it. Okay, Taurus, this has been your reading for September of 2020. If you're interested in reaching out to me for a personal reading, or you want to know the decks used in this reading, please see the description box below. If this reading has resonated, please like, share, and subscribe if you have not already done so. Thank you.